Hey Stampers, Kim from stampingandperfection.com. Welcome to my craft room. I wanted to share my July customer thank you card with you today, and I wanted to keep this month's card really simple. I decided I wanted to try using the washi tapes. I've used the washi tapes for my scrapbooking, but not so much with my card making, so I thought I'd give it a try. What I'm working with is I'm using the Gingham Gardens designer washi tapes. You get 3 different patterns, 5 yards on each roll for $4.95, I believe. So this is one of the options. There are 2 different options in the catalog, and this is one of them. I think this is really a pretty colorful set. It goes with the Gingham Gardens designer series paper, and there's a stamp set that goes with it also. I can't think of the name of it. I'll put the name of it up on the screen. So my card today, I'm starting with a piece of Whisper White. This is cut 4 1/4 by 11. I scored and folded it at 5 1/2, and I'm going to start with this yellow little gingham. It's very pretty, Daffodil Delight, I believe. And I'm just going to put this across the bottom, trying to get it as straight as I can. And one of the things I like about it is that you can kind of just rip it off right along the edge, and it actually comes out pretty straight. You don't really need to cut. You can cut it with the scissors too, but that's a pretty cool feature. Then there's this really pretty flowered tape, so I'm going to put a piece of that on, and I'm going to give that a rough looking edge. I think that's kind of the point of washi tape, to give it kind of a rough edge. I'm going to try to, butt it up next to that as much as possible. Just rip it along the edge. And then I've got this really pretty pink and red pattern that I think is quite nice. And all of these coordinate. And I'm going to use a shorter piece of this. And they all notice that they're different widths, so that's kind of fun. So I'm going to put this on here, and I'm just butting it up against the previous one, and then I'm just going to tear it along the edge to give it a kind of a straight edge. And I'm done with my washi tapes. Then I'm using a thank you sentiment from this Lots of Thanks set. I love this. If you make a lot of thank you cards, this is a perfect set because there are 9 different thank you sentiments in this card, and they're actually pretty fun. Okay, so I have this thank you, and it's going to look like I didn't ink it up completely. That's what it's designed to look like, believe it or not. I'm using Island Indigo, so I'll ink this up, and I'm going to stamp this, hopefully straight, right there, just like that. And I kind of like the way that looks. It's just very simple. I'm going to add 2 more touches. I'm going to add some Island Indigo Baker's Twine. And I'm going to wrap this around. I'm going to leave a good sized tail, and then I'm going to wrap it around 1, 2, 3 times. And then I'm going to, once I have it wrapped around 3 times, and I don't want it too tight because I don't want the card to buckle, I'm just going to tie a bow. And I always, when I tie my bow, I put the baker's twine underneath these so that they come together at some point. I just really like the way that looks. That's a matter of personal preference, of course. And then you can play with it and get the bow, because I think this is kind of fun when it hangs down and looks a little bit like thrown together. Trim it off as much as you like. And then you can play around with that and spread these apart, put them on your card where you want them to go. Now I have these fun little new, they're called candy dots, and I'm going to use the 2, this is from the Brights collection. I'm using the Old Olive, and I'm just going to put 2 of these above that top layer of tape, and that adds just a fun touch. It looks like a brad without having to poke the hole, and they stick really nicely. So that is my July customer thank you card. So thanks for watching. If you like this card and you like my card making style, you will like my Simply Cards Club, where I send you 4 card ideas, material list, all the measurements and instructions you need to make 4 different cards, and they're exclusive cards just for my Simply Cards Club members. It's $4.95 a month, and you can get the details on my blog at stampingimperfection.com. Thanks for watching.